Hey everyone, hello. Hope everyone have an amazing day. 3 things I am thankful for. Love, my kids, and babies. Okay. This is a quick message. This more for the adults. I'm gonna add it as adults here. But I've been noticing like a trend lately that been popping up where it's about the LGBTQ or the DLs. I'm gonna just say DLs for the guys that's down low. I've been noticing there's like this thing that's been going on where females, I'm gonna talk to y'all first right now. Y'all been putting these guys on this DL list or blasting these guys out because they're down low. But can you turn that volume all the way down? Thank you. And I get it. I understand you feel like kind of scorned that you in a relationship with someone or talking to someone and you find out they on a DL, or you probably knew they was on a DL and you start talking to them or whatever. But I want to say something, ladies. It's not right with what you're doing, okay? It's not. And guys, it's not right for not being honest up front if you are talking to these ladies and you're undercover. So let me jump from one side and I'll go to the other. So ladies, look, I know that you feel scorned and you feel like, well, I need to protect other females from this because they can catch diseases and this, blah, 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 blah. I get it. I gotta understand. But you have to know one thing. If it's not a situation that's going to help the masses out, leave it alone. You walk away and keep on going. Do you understand me? You walk away and you keep going. Sitting back just to tell the whole world that this person is undercover because you didn't do your due diligence in loving yourself beforehand. And I get it. I know what it feels like, okay? As meeting people in the world. But it's okay. We live, we learn. If you are in a position where you feel like you can overlook it, overlook it. But don't sit back and when things don't work out, now all of a sudden you telling on this man. Okay? And if you don't feel comfortable, then just walk away. Putting them on a DL list or calling them out, you only making yourself look like a butt. Okay? That's alright. I'm trying not to curse. You're the one that's making yourself look crazy. You understand me? You're not doing it to them. You're doing it to yourself. But then at the same time, you are taking something from them. And I know what they're doing is wrong. If they know that they are down low and they're not vulnerable enough to be able to let you know that. You understand me? And I'm not sitting here saying that they get a pass. But you just as wrong by blasting that information. Do you know how hard it is for a man to be in that position? To know that he feels a way about a situation like that, but trying to live a normal life despite what he's feeling on the inside? A lot of men don't understand the process of that. You understand me? And the way the world has been, men get more compassion from other men than females, unfortunately. Okay? But we're changing, and I know we're changing. But don't go out here and doing that to these guys because I'm seeing that a lot of y'all getting killed off of that. You don't understand. You already see how men hold in energy off of a basic regular day and basic life situations and finances and, kids and all of this other stuff on their shoulder. And then they got something that's going on with them that they trying to figure out. And then they're living both lives trying to figure out what's right, what's wrong, what they need to do, what they not need to do, and how they can be able to live a normal life. And then you sit back and get mad because you found out and then you blast. But this is the kicker. It's messed up because 9 times out of 10, you'll blast them for that. But then if it was a female, you'll sit your behind down and won't say nothing. So you got to ask yourself what your true motives was in the first place. You understand me? You know, we all been scoring some type of form or fashion in this world. But you have to ask yourself, what do you benefit by saying this? Maybe you feel good about it. And maybe you have said something and the man never came back at you. But at the end of the day, that ain't going to heal you. Okay? So maybe this person lied to you. Maybe things you thought this was the love of your life and they had a different agenda. Or maybe they just was broken in the process. Either or, ladies. It's not worth it. Okay? You just take your L, your lesson, and learn from it. Does that mean you got to be scared of every man that you see? No. Loving yourself will give you the detector so you understand what's going on. Okay? So, take these men off the list and allow whoever they meet figure it out. Okay? I understand. But we got to protect our ladies. You got to protect yourself first. Okay? This is not a mass thing. If this person was out here messing around with over 100 people at one time, then maybe we have something to talk about. But you and your bestie or somebody else, it ain't that serious, child. It ain't that serious. Okay? It's just a lesson that we all got to learn. Loving ourselves. All right? So, and then also, these websites that y'all have out here where y'all sitting back, these dog type websites where you telling other females, oh, this was a narcissist, this person did this. Yes, they may have been that to you. But doesn't mean they're going to be that to the next person. Don't ruin somebody else's blessing because you was a lesson. Do you understand me? Maybe it didn't go right with you. And maybe it didn't go right with the person before. And the person before that. But there comes a time that they get it right. Don't screw it up for somebody else because it didn't work out for you. And don't screw somebody else's life up because you wish it was you that you were still with. Because sometimes y'all can lie on stuff too. Okay? It's not worth it. Live your life. Alright? You're amazing. You're beautiful. Don't matter what color, shape, size, or height you are. Don't matter if you're super feminine or masculine. Doesn't matter. You're beautiful. Accept that. Love that. You understand? Ruining somebody else's life is not going to give you another lifeline. All it's going to do is take the line out of your life. And if you want to be catched, you might want to leave yourself out there in a way so someone be willing to communicate with you. But you got to remember, if you sitting back here and being a woman scorned, nobody don't want that. Do you understand me? Because I ain't going to lie, y'all be over there complaining, talking like, I don't want to hear that. Okay. But it is what it is, y'all. So get it right. Don't throw that on the next person. Let everybody figure it out on their own. Okay, that's the beauty in this life. Everybody get to go into a library and pick the book that they want to read. Don't press the book on somebody. You understand me? Don't force the book on somebody. Allow somebody to decide what book they want to read on their own. Okay? And if they get scared in process, they'll figure out. You understand me? Now, does that mean to go out here now? How can I say it? If you are the friend that is going and watching your friend go through something, pray on it. Pray on it. Okay? But one thing I learned long time ago, I was in a situation with someone and I felt like they was cheating, right? And it was just a friend at the time. But I felt like they was, out there with someone else. And for some reason, I confronted the situation. But their brother ended up saying something to me. They was like, how do you figure it out? I was like, well, I see these things going on. I said, well, why you didn't tell me? I'm asking the brother, why you didn't tell me? And they told me this, and it always stuck with me. If I told you, then you're always going to be looking for somebody to tell you when something going on. Sometimes you got to figure it out on your own. That. And I held on to that. I learned that when I was, 20 years old, something about that. And I learned that. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to hold on to that. I'm going to hold on to that moment. Because if I always look for someone to tell me when something's wrong, then I'm always be looking for someone to control my life. Okay. There you go. Fellas, y'all, I understand. Right now we in a world where we're starting to love ourselves more. We all have a past, and we all have a present, and we still trying to figure out this future. So if you are on the DL, I already talked about this. Please be mindful and talk to the person that you're talking to. Be vulnerable enough to be able to allow yourself to tell the person, hey, these are my options. These are the things that I like. You understand? Being vulnerable doesn't mean that it's the end all. You never know. Somebody might be understanding of your journey and figuring yourself out. We all have, went down lanes we wasn't sure about. Okay? So don't allow yourself to get in this position where you miss out on happiness at the same time. And don't ruin somebody else's life because you're trying to figure yours out. You understand? Being in that closet gets dusty. Get out of it. Walk out of it. Be proud of it. Even if you're not sure of it. Am I promoting this? No. We all on a journey. You're still learning. I understand being a man ain't always the easiest, because you got to be strong every single day of the week, of the year, of the second, of the hour. And at any moment you show any signs of softness can be the make or the break of your life, it feels like. But at the same time, you got to be honest with yourself. So if you are in the closet, maybe you need to question yourself why you're hiding. Okay? Again, I'm not promoting this. But if you trying to understand, I'm trying to understand with you. If you have to hide it, then maybe there's something really going on with you. Drink your, here, babe. Here. Drink the water. So if you feel like you have to hide who you are, maybe that might not be what you want to be. Because when you are confident in something you want to be, you have no need to hide it from anybody or anyone. You shouldn't worry what your family feel. You shouldn't worry what your kids feel. You shouldn't worry what your friends feel. Because if they truly your family, your kids and your friends, they're going to love you no matter what. They're going to love you through the process and know that you're trying to figure your own life out. That's all we trying to do out here. Figure our own lives. And we're going to stumble sometimes. You understand me? But don't go ruin somebody else's life because you're still trying to figure yours out. So if you're still in that position where you're trying to understand, like, I don't know if I want a female, if I want a man, I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is that I'm liking. Ask yourself, what is it that you like about that man? Ask yourself what you like about that female. And it has to be more than just a sexual. You understand me? You need to ask yourself more qualifying questions. Emotional questions. Do you understand me? But don't go out here ruining somebody else's life. Don't go out here confusing these kids. Don't go out here confusing people because you're trying to pretend to be something you're not. Alright? So, if your names are on these lists, or you know that somebody knows something, maybe this was the way that you can overcome those fears. So you can be honest with yourself. Because once you are allowing yourself to be open, now you can figure out the true truths in your lives. Now you get to know who you need to keep in your life and who you need to let go. So, I don't want y'all to go out here. You find out that your name is on these lists and all of this stuff. Don't take anybody's life out because you're still trying to figure yours out. And just because you can get locked up and have a good old buffet, don't mean you need to eat there. If you catch my drift. So at the same time, guys, don't allow yourself to let these females, make you feel less than because you're trying to figure out where you want to feel more than that. Where you feel like you're getting more love at, more attention at, more understanding at. Okay? So, again, don't go out here hurting these females if they do it. Maybe that was the door you needed to understand why you need to step out of the closet and figure out who you really are. Because dressing in the dark ain't going to tell you that you a star. So on that note, all of y'all figure it out. Stop blasting each other over small things. If it ain't hurting the masses, stay in your classes. On that note, y'all have a blessed day.